Tonight we're going to install the ceiling fan testing setup downstairs here in the studio room. It's going to go here, and it's going to be a little bit complicated because unfortunately the ceiling height down here is very low, and so in order to make the fans hang at a usable height, we are going to have to use two different boxes. So this is a regular, no, this is actually not technically a surface mount box, although it should be. We're going to use this box for down rod mount fans, and it's going to go around here, just almost in line with that beam there. So this will go here, and this will be for our down rod fans. And then for flush mount fans, since I don't think that all hugger fans would fit in between these beams, this is a side mount box. I'll show the side mount apparatus in a moment. But this is going to be set up like this, just about in line with the beams. So that will hold our flush mount fans. And then there's going to be an outlet right around here. And the outlet will plug in these two things, because what's going to happen is we'll have a short piece of wire that goes to this plug, from the box to the plug, and it oh, that's a 20 amps plug. Oh no, I might not have all the materials that I need to do this, because this was from a different project. Hold on, we're going to have to check it. I just checked the box of electrical stuff, and I don't have another plug. I'm trying to think of what I bought that for, and I really can't remember. I wonder if perhaps it was bought by mistake, because some of the people that shop in the electrical section are inconsiderate, and they rummage through the boxes and they put stuff in the wrong box. And I know that, so I usually check it, but either I missed it or whatever. I really thought that I was gonna... I remember buying this, and it was for something, but I just don't remember now. Well, we can set up part of it. This is going to have to be... It was going to have to be a two-part video anyways, because also at the store I need another outlet, because there's going to be an outlet here, and this outlet will take the plug that runs over to the boxes, and it's going to be that way such that I can watch the kilowatts meter with the fans to get the readings of the power information. So I don't have the outlet, and I had to take all this white stuff off of there too, so it was going to have to be a two-part anyways. I don't feel like going to the store tonight. It's freezing out. It's I think it's supposed to go down below 20 degrees tonight, and it's very windy. The wind chill is super low, so I am not voluntarily leaving the house. So this is the side mount box. This kind of goes on the beams, and then the box mounts to this. Kind of like that. I actually don't like this. It goes like that. It's crooked for some reason, but whatever. So that's that. This one is straightforward. Here's our outlet. The outlet fix up. This is already ready to go. I don't know what this was from. Must have set this up fairly recently, but this is what we use. I gotta get some screws to tack that up on the ceiling. Why it couldn't be 1,500 is beyond me. It's 1,446 per box. Alright. So we'll use these to attach the calls for 4. We're going to be using all BX cable because I like it better. Actually, I'm going to get some more BX cable. For some reason I thought these spools are 250 feet. They're only 100. So they're disappearing pretty quick. I've already gone through, I think, one for, what did I use that for? Couldn't use one whole unit on the ceiling fans in the other room. Whatever, I don't remember that either. Alright, so I'm going to feed the wire. It's going to run on this side of this. I'm going to feed the wire up through here. That's adequate. BX cable. Oh no, this is so hard to work with. Ugh. Oh, you're gonna cut your hands. Ugh. this is the outlet we're going to use. This is a 15 amps outlet by Levidian, and it should be made in USA, I think. It doesn't seem to say. Well, it's not going to have power unattended, so I'm not too concerned about it. Oh, there it says, made in USA. Very important. It sure is convenient to work in the room with the tools. Very seldom do I get to work in the same room as the tools. That screw kind of hit the thing turning in there, but it's not a big deal, not hitting the wire itself. Okay, the outlet is a little bit too high. The cover's not going on right. I'll fix that. Now it's probably going to be too low. No, actually, I think it's a little bit low. Move it up to here. There we go. Okay, there's the outlet, which will plug in our two ceiling fan boxes. Then we gotta tack the wire up. It's a little grungy down here. You gotta clean all the cobwebs up. We got a goof. This is not supposed to be underneath there. I'll deal with that later. Man, I gotta clean up this part of the ceiling. Stinking cobwebs everywhere. I hate bugs. Specifically spiders. I do not like spiders. Fortunately, I accidentally cut this cable once, so there's a break in it anyways. Okay, that's the outlet. On the other side of the wire, there will be another plug. But because I don't have the plug on hand, we can't set it up right now. So let's cut this cable to the right length. The outlet's going to be somewhere along here, so we'll leave enough slack to be able to come by and plug this in when I'm testing a fan. And we'll leave some extra screw up the plug, and we'll cut it here. Normally I don't like to bend the cable like that, but since we're cutting it, I don't care. Okay. So, till I get this with a plug on it, I'm just going to wrap this up and stick it on top of the beam here. There it goes. Alright. So now let's take a look at our electrical boxes. So I'm trying to think which one would be easier to... Well, actually both of them will be changed without being taken down. Because the objective here, the reason I'm using these plugs, I don't know if I already talked about this or not, but the reason I'm using these plugs is because if we're testing, 2 or 3 ceiling fans a month, or maybe more, who knows, the wire is going to break. Because the 14-2 wire is not meant for frequent flexing. So if we're putting barrettes on and off and moving it around, it's going to break after a while, or maybe after not too long. So being able to just take the short 1-foot section of wire or less, unplug it, put a new piece in the box and plug it back in is much better than having to redo the whole line, which is what would happen. So that's why I'm setting it up this way, even though it's totally non-conventional and kind of weird. So this box, the commercial electric ceiling fan support box with metal cover. Just going to stick this right here, and I'm going to cut these out, I think, because they're so loose they can't possibly be serving any purpose. I really don't know what those are supposed to be for. Maybe somebody could tell me. I suspect it was something to do with when the floor was being put in, when the house was being built. I can't fathom it's still serving a purpose, but who knows, maybe it is. I'm not sure. So let me get the screws off of this box so I can remove the cover. And I will screw this box to the... Actually, you know what I should do before I put it up to the ceiling? I should put the whatever that thing is called in there. What are these called? The clamp connectors. Let's put a clamp connector in here. So we only have 2 options. It's got to come out one side or the other. So I guess that's kind of inconsequential. Duh. That's stupid. Yeah, I remember this being a problem last time I set one of these up. We have to screw the wire onto here first, because this the way this is, it doesn't let you go all the way down. Okay, so we're only going to need a short section of wire for this. Now let's see, maybe... Go with about this much wire. Let's see if we can cut this with. So this way now, when this breaks, all we got to do is just replace this section, and it's relatively uninvasive. So this will be the one that we set up. I'll put the plug on it and we'll get this one fully set up, and then when I go to the store, I'll buy what we need to finish the configuration of the flush mount fans box, plus the outlet that's going to power everything up. I forgot it does that. It's very annoying. You don't need too much for the plugs, about 1/4 inch. Hello. It was actually a legitimate call. It's kind of rare nowadays. This plug is messed up. There it goes. we got to make sure that the wires stay within the anti-short bushing, or at least the two transfer wires do. A ground one, I guess, doesn't really matter that much. This is not usually where I have trouble doing this. I think we need to kind of get these wires into the center more. Alright, that's good like that. That's not good. Now this end can go into the electrical box. Oh, I need to drill a hole in the ceiling. Small hole for that screw. Because this is not really a surface mount box. So the ground screw is going to stick out to the other side. This might have been too short. Quite possibly. Well, no, actually it'll be just about the perfect length. Right. Okay. this might actually break. Which means we're not going to get a whole lot of uses out of these wires before they snap. Which, I mean, in the wire's defense, most people install something into a box like this and keep it there for decades. So these aren't really meant to be messed with, but this is an exception. Okay, that's what it was supposed to be the first time around. Okay, so this is ready to go up on the ceiling now. I'm going to put 6 screws in here just because we're using pretty short ones, which is all we can do because otherwise it's going to go through the floorboard. Beautiful. Okay, it's attached to the ceiling. And now we gotta just plug it in. Well, my measurements or my estimation was not quite correct. It fits, but it's not ideal. Wonder if I could get it into this one. I don't think so. The bend is too tight. Actually, oh, that's cap. I got it. All right. Okay. Perfect. So there's the setup. It's a little weird, but it'll work. I think I would have preferred the box to be a little further from the outlet, but I don't think it'll be a problem. If it becomes a problem, we just move the outlet back a little bit. It's easy to cut the wire and push something back. I just can't move it further out, so that's fine. I guess we'll cut off there for now because the other box I really can't complete right now. So we'll just leave it here, and we'll come back in, I don't know, sometime in the next couple of years and finish this. Hopefully, in a couple days.